In this video, I'm reacting to some of the best football or soccer, where I'm from, video edits on the internet sent in by you, the subscribers of this channel. Hey, what's going on? My name is Peter Sarellas. I'm a videographer and editor from Toronto, Canada. I specialize in sports videography, and recently I feel like my whole life has just been like on a football or soccer craze right now. Like the Euros are happening as I'm recording this, and Copa America is happening as well. I just did some work with the Canadian women's national team, filming some of their preparation games before they go off to the Olympics, and overall I just feel like, I don't know, soccer's been on a wave. So I'm going to react specifically to some football or soccer, depending on where you're from, and you can comment down in the comment section which one you think is correct. Edits sent in by you, the subscribers of this channel. This is a reoccurring series that I do with videos from all sports. This episode just happens to be soccer specific, but if you want to get your sports video featured on the channel, you can send it to peterwatchmysportsvideos at gmail.com. That'll be linked down in the description as well. Anyways, let's get into the first video here. So our first video is from Thorsteins, who says, "Hey man, love the series. Here's my submission. It's a standard weekly win recap. These videos I have fun with since you get to be creative and super fun to experiment. The shots are from an FX6 and a Sony camcorder, and this is an NWSL recap hype." Ooh, that's sick. I love that time lapse that started with the commentary. The clouds look so sick, and this is setting the scene really well. Oh, that's sick too. Like, that's so sick. I love the use of audio and like the huddles from commentary to set this all up.
Delivers this one to the back post. It comes in the middle. Banda scores.
Wow, you're doing such a good job of capturing emotion and actions and breaking it up with a slow shutter too. So cool. That's so sick. Literally the table shuffling and putting Orlando on top is so sick. This is so creative.
Still another chance. Banda scores again. Who is going to stop her?
That's so awesome.
History in Orlando. The longest regular season win streak in NWSL history.
That's so cool, showing how long the win streak has been. As the commentator says, the longest win streak in such a creative way. Wow. That whole video was just so creative in so many ways. The storytelling was excellent. You set the scene so well. Like right here off the top, you had the commentary saying exactly what's happening and some really engaging cinematography with like cool close-up shots of players like this. I love how it's like blurry. I don't know if you use a tilt shift lens for this to like get this look where it's like blurry on the bottom of the top, or if you did it in post and just like added a Gaussian blur on both ends, but it just draws your eyes right into her as she's speaking, like, and speaking very passionately at that. It's a great way to tell a story here. And this, along with the color commentary to like set the scene for us, and with your beautiful visuals, obviously, was just so engaging. And I noticed throughout the video, and I guess this is where you used the Sony camcorder, you have this slow shutter stuff with a noise overlay on top of it. And I just think that it is so cool. I did a video recently for the CFL actually, where I incorporated slow shutter stuff here and there throughout the video to kind of break it up. I think it's a really good way, and it's kind of trendy nowadays, to do that type of thing, to split your video up and just keep people engaged. And boy, was I engaged in this. Also, love the captions on the bottom. That's like key for keeping social retention nowadays. I feel like everyone just loves reading sometimes. And the way you like shot the stadium as well, like with the fan shots here at the slow shutter, and you had those like time lapses and hyper lapses of different parts of the stadium, moving around all over the place. Like you're shooting a corner from a top angle here, and then you also have the shooter down on field level and a shooter from the back. So you actually have 3 different cameras covering this. Clearly that coverage is making a huge difference because you're able to show this goal in a really engaging way, and you got a great celebration from the player. I would love to know how you did this. Was this like a plugin or something, or like some sort of like preset where you just drop your footage in and it does this effect, or are you making this from scratch? And if you are using a plugin to do this type of thing where you're turning your footage into this type of mixed media look, then please drop it in the comment. I think everybody would love to hear about it. This is sick. You literally have, like, it didn't need to be in the video. The video would have worked perfectly good without this, but you literally have all of the other teams dropping down the table and Orlando going to the top of the table. It's just so cool. The capture of the audio, the use of the commentary, the mixed media with slow shutter and photography and video, like, and then like the different overlays and effects that you use to break things up. It was all so well thought out, and it ends in like immense joy, which is obviously a great way to capture fans and just build hype around the team. Overall, I thought the video was like beautiful. Anyone, myself included, would be proud to produce something like this. So thank you so much for sharing. If you can comment some insights into the production of this video, I think everybody in the comment section would really appreciate it. All right, next one we have is from Eran Zara. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, I butchered your name, but we are gonna watch your video. So Eran says, "Hi Peter, I'd be glad to hear your input for my latest sports edit. I've been shooting videos for more than a couple of years now alongside my day job, but I got into sports videography just a year ago. I've been mainly shooting MMA and football, soccer. Really appreciate your work in the sports videography community and you as a filmmaker. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's check out this video." Cool. I like the glow. It's very interesting. I love the color grading on this. It's so interesting. Okay, so it's a player specific mix. Yeah, the glow is so cool. I like how you've gotten creative with incorporating fan shots, even though there's not a ton of fans of this game. It's filmed in a very unique way, and I like it. Great camera work tracking the ball and capturing emotion to follow up that action. We always want to show an action and then show the reaction to that action, so that was perfect. Very nice. And good call cutting to the broadcast when you had to. Sometimes that's the best angle to use, and if you have to use it to make a video work, then you got to use it to make the video work. Yeah, that was great. I really liked it. I think you did a good job establishing the scene. You showed us who the player was with a couple of really strong, powerful shots right off the bat. You showed some fans where you could. Obviously, there wasn't a ton of fans of this game, but you got creative and still showed some in a really good way. I think you did a really good job as well of showing an action, like I said, and then showing the emotions of the player or his reaction to that action after it happened, which is a great way to edit. And then you got a good shot of the goal. You had to cut to broadcast to actually show the ball going in the net, but that's okay. Like, it happens sometimes where you just don't get the best shot of the actual ball going in, and that's what the broadcast is there for. One of the things that it is there for is for us to utilize it to make these stories happen if we don't have our shots from the sideline. And then you had a good shot of the player reacting to the goal, and overall I think you like introduced him well. You made him look cool and powerful, and you established him as a good player that I should go watch on this team. And the whole thing just had like this whole glowy, like halation, kind of surreal vibe to it. It was just edited in a very unique way that really caught my eye. So good job. Thank you for submitting it. And yeah, man, keep doing your thing. All right, next up, we got a soccer edit from Garet Qualls, who says, "Hi, Peter. I love your work and content. Would you mind reviewing my soccer edit? I would love your feedback and thoughts for future improvement. I'm a video hobbyist and I've gotten more into film as my son has grown up and become a great soccer player. All the best." That's awesome. I love the idea of documenting your kids playing sports when they're young. I didn't have that enough, I feel like, when I was a kid. And if you can do that for your kids, I'm sure it's something they really appreciate, and great memories for you too, so why not? So let's check out this edit. Very cool. Setting the scene, I love it. That was a very engaging start. This is so cool. Okay, it's like documenting a kid's trip to Texas, and they watched an MLS game, and now they're gonna play. This is great. It's kind of like a vlog type of vibe.
Want it, and you will do all the right things. We want this.
Oh, that's so cool. This is hype, and the quality looks so good. I love the fast cuts and the quick paced editing to go with this music choice. Good job following the ball there. That was excellent. There it is. Yes, we love it. Beautiful. That was super engaging and so good. You know, I'm going to start with this right off the top because this was one of my initial pieces of feedback that I was going to give you, was that you were showing a lot of really well shot, like well exposed and properly color graded action that was really visually appealing, but you weren't showing me a lot of the reactions. So my first piece of like ways to improve, since you asked for them, was going to be when you show me a goal, show me the player reacting to the goal, because there were a couple in the middle of the video where you didn't do that. But then at the end, you showed me a goal and you showed me the player's reaction to it. And it was the perfect way to end the video. So I would say just like do what you did at the end there. That was super engaging, more throughout the middle of the video as well. But let's actually go back to the start of this video and just talk about it. Starting this as like a vlog style thing and making it about the entire experience of a youth football or soccer travel trip rather than just the games, where you follow them packing their bag and going on the plane and watching an MLS game, and the whole experience and going through their practice was so much more engaging. And I really liked when you got to the action, it felt like, oh sorry, that's my dog. Anyways, as I was saying, I really liked how when we actually got to the action of the video, I was already invested in the team. So like there was kind of like a whole setup there where I became familiarized with the team and what was happening, and I kind of cared about their whole trip and their whole journey rather than just starting at the game and not really having any detail to who these people are or what's happening. And then we got to the game and I really liked shots like this one that set the scene and just showed like some of the pre-game emotion of these young players. Like this shot from a low angle pointing up especially is so powerful. And generally when I'm filming athletes, even at a younger age, I like filming them from a low angle and pointing up because it makes them look very strong. And I feel like that's generally the vibe that you want for athletes. So I thought that was really cool. You got a couple really good shots like that. And then you just like threw me into the action right away. Like we start with a penalty goal, a good save from a goalie. You've done a great job following the ball throughout, and these quick cuts kept me really engaged at the start, especially right there. And it looks really good. You've color graded it really well, and the sun was clearly playing in your favor today because everything just looks beautiful. Yeah, right there, that goal that just happened, that's the one where I was like, okay, I've seen a lot of action now. I could use a reaction or like a goal celebration type of shot. So maybe throw those in here and there as the one piece of advice I'd give you to improve, since you asked for a little bit of it. I'm sure that your son and all the other kids on the team really appreciate you doing this type of thing. So if you're having fun with it and you enjoy it, keep it up, because I think you could go as far with it as you want, and I'm sure your kids are gonna love you for it. All right, so our next video is from Fabian Magana, who says, well, he's emailing me again because he forgot to add his video in the first email he sent me. Well, good thing, because I'm looking at this email and I got your video and we're gonna watch it. So Fabian says, hi Peter, I started video editing in 2020 for a little bit, but stopped because of COVID, and recently got back into it with my local high school soccer team. I remember watching your videos since 300 subscribers. Wow, that's crazy. So you were like one of the first people to be watching my videos. That's awesome. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. We've come a long way. Yeah, any constructive criticism is welcome, of course. And thanks. Yeah, thank you. Let's see it. I like the little swish there. Keep me engaged. Very engaging. I like. There's a lot of fans there for a high school soccer game. Wow. Good ball tracking. Oh, beautiful shot. That's lovely. I guess this is like a player specific mix, since it seems we're looking at footage of one player throughout multiple games. I love the footage of the rain game. Rain games just look so cool. I like the fast kicks. I thought you were building up to something there to like finish it on a goal, especially when you had the player like sitting over the ball. He was about to take a free kick. But no, just ending on a couple establishing shots, which is a solid move. And I like ending on this shot too with all the fans in the back. I like how you opened up with a few like really cool establishing shots, like this one with the rain blowing and the player just looking like sick as he walks onto the field. Is like, okay, it's pregame, obviously you're walking onto the pitch, but also just like the rain looks awesome and just makes everything look cool. So you drew me in right away. I like your sound design, and the cut to a black and white shot off the start was cool because it just like going black and white to color back and forth again just switched it up and like kind of kept me engaged. Here's a hack for when you're like filming sports in general. Honestly, if you can get low and shoot up into a floodlight as a player runs past, like it just always looks sick. There's so many times where I do this when I'm filming football. I'll just get low and shoot up at the floodlights and wait for a player to like walk past and then track them, and it always looks so cool seeing the lights flash and like come in and out behind them as they walk through. I will say that I think the glow effect here is maybe a little bit too strong. Sometimes subtlety can be the key, and different shots, if you're going to use an effect like that, like there's no problem with it, but like different shots sometimes need to be accounted for a little bit differently. Like when you're filming into a really bright light, that glow at whatever value it was in the previous shot is just going to look that much stronger. So you might need to dial it back for a specific shot like this. But still really engaging stuff. Well, you just got a lot of different angles. Like you got close tracking shots, you got wider shots, you got actions just running, you got headers, you got a really good goal that was tracked super well. And overall, I think it made the kid look really cool. And like if you're making this video to like give it to the kid or give it to the kid's parents as like a season recap video of their season, like that's awesome. Obviously it's not like recruiting film or anything, it's a hype mix for Instagram, but like that's obviously what you're going for here, and I think it works really well for that purpose. So good job, keep doing your thing, and thank you very much for submitting. Thank you so much to everybody who submitted their football or soccer edits, again depending on where you're from. Go show everyone some love down in the comments. Tell people what you liked about their videos, and make sure to check them all out. They're all going to be linked in the description so you can go look at their work. If you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel because I post videography and video editing tips and tutorial videos similar to this one, and I do reaction videos on a regular basis, and I'd love to have you around for that. If you want your edit to be featured in the next reacts, submit it to peterwatchmysportsvideo at gmail.com. That is the inbox that I pull these videos from, and that's how you can get featured on the channel. Anyways, that's going to be all for this one. So until next time, peace.